And so, an event that has been highly touted and highly anticipated now for weeks has finally been released to this game. It is one of the most highly touted crossovers that this game has ever had, and there is no question that it will be a very popular fixture here in this game for as long as it's around. And so lots of people, as you can see here on this platform here in Kugane, are getting ready to go on the adventure of a lifetime. So hey there, Skyla and Miguel, and to everyone else that's logging on, we're happy to have you with us. So, greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Live. Tonight, we're here with our Warrior of Light Corinne Loren here in Kugane as we get to take on the new crossover event with the video game Monster Hunter World. For those of you familiar with previous Final Fantasy XIV crossovers with other games, they've also crossed over with games like Shin Megami Tensei, Yokai Watch, and they've also crossed over with other Square Enix games, including Final Fantasy XIII and XI, as well as the Dragon Quest games have also gotten crossovers in the past here with Final Fantasy XIV. So this game has become a very popular place to get your crossover for your game promoted, even if it doesn't run on any of the platforms that Final Fantasy XIV runs, like Yokai Watch did. But hey, it's worth it to get an opportunity to go on an experience that helps to make things a little more interesting, shakes things up once in a while, and really helps to give you an opportunity to enjoy even more of this game by seeing it in a whole new light. Hey there, Mira, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, that's right, Scala, it is. But we'll talk about more about that when we get over here. Among this throng of humanity is a guy over here known as a hardy hunter. So why do all these people want to speak with him? Let's go ahead and find out by taking on the challenge entitled The New King on the Block. This hunter's unbridled enthusiasm can mean only one thing: the hunt is on. Well, well, if it isn't my old rival Corinne Loren. Come at last to learn from a true hunter of elite marks, have you? I'm sorry, have we met? Forgive me if I seem overly presumptuous. Being the renowned hunter that you are, I've always considered you to be a rival of sorts. A little healthy competition goes a long way in keeping one's skills sharp, you know. Aye, but a hunter's ain't worth shit without a smithy to keep him armed and armored. You'll have to excuse him, he's never been one for social graces, but he's a damn fine hunter, and what he brings back to the forge keeps me in business. It was time for grace when games afoot. Which reminds me, I have news of a quarry that might pique your interests. I recently came across a rather peculiar bill on the clan hunt board. Here, have a look. Yeah, let's partake of this bill. This bill depicts a crimson wyvern unlike anything you have ever seen. Unfortunately, further reading of the bill reveals nothing of its origins. So what's up? Strange, isn't it? Not only is the drawing unabashedly crude, the bill itself lacks the formality expected of anything approved by the Centurial clan. Still, a bounty is a bounty. Before setting out though, I thought it wise to confirm the details of the request, and therein lies the rub. The clansmen weren't even aware this bill had been posted. Likely the escapades of some mischievous youth, they said. But if this beast truly is out there somewhere, what manner of hunter would I be if I didn't go and find out? And from what I've been told, you'll never want to back down from a chance at adventure. So how about it? Will you take up the hunt? Yeah, do you need to ask? This is the Warrior of Light we're talking about. Every bit the thrill seeker I marked you for. Glad to hear it. To make things a little more interesting, what do you say we make this a race, eh? See who can slay it first. I'll even give you a hint to get you on your way. The beast we're after is a Rathalos, King of the Skies they call it. From what I've gathered, it was last spotted somewhere around the Azim steppe. You'll like to learn more if you speak with the locals at Reunion. As for me, I still need to prepare a bit before I can head out, so consider this a head start. Good luck, Corinne, and may the best hunter win. Yeah, he and his buddy, they're really psyched about this. So yeah, they need to get into fighting shape here. So, while they're doing that, let's jump over to the Azim Steppe as recommended. Also, you may have noticed we picked up a new Aetherite along the way that was not initially available before through Stormblood when it launched, called Doro Elo. I'll go into that after we're done doing this, but for now, let's focus on the task at hand. So yeah, of course it is busy over in Kugane, and it'll be just as busy over in the Azim Steppe. So we have to go around and speak with 3 different people. Thankfully, we caught a glimpse of this adamant Oroni warrior right away, so let's speak with him first. Hello there. A red wyvern by the name of Rathalos. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've heard stories of the great wyvern that slumbers in the mountains to the north, but it was not red, and most certainly does not go by that name. Not that it matters now. Rumor has it that the beast was recently slain by a band of wyvern hunters. If only we had found it first. But if this Rathalos you speak of truly exists, we may yet have another chance. Mark my words, this beast will fall by a blade of the Oranir! Oh, McDonald's offers slushies in Japan. That's cool. Yeah, they do not do that in Canada, unfortunately. But they do offer things that are appealing to Canadians up here. So let's speak with this apprehensive Ori traveler, this young lady here. Do you know anything of what we're looking for? A red wyvern named Rathalos? Oh dear. Perhaps the story I heard was true then, of a young man from the Ura clan leading a flock of Zo down the mountains. He was making his way to Reunion when a fierce wind began to blow, a terrible howling gale which left him all but blinded. To his horror, he soon realized the deafening roar he heard was not of the wind's making. He claims that it was of a great wyvern which descended from on high to claim several Zo from his flock, disappearing into the sky as quickly as it came. Needless to say, he ran to Reunion with all haste, telling everyone of what had happened. But the man is a known liar and a swindler. Who would believe such a tale come from him? I don't know. And then over here, we find this wayfaring Ka hunter. Yeah, you wear the colors of the mole, but you are clearly not one of them. Can we talk? A gargantuan red wyvern? I'm sorry, miss, but I'm not already familiar with the comings and goings of the place. I only visit on occasion to do a small bit of business. Perhaps you should speak with a Castia, though speak is perhaps not the right word, seeing as they do not. At any rate, you'll find none more knowledgeable of the happenings in the Azim Steppe. Yeah, anyone familiar with our previous conversations with a Castir know that we do all the talking, and when we tell them something of importance, they point us in the right direction. So let's speak with this concerned Castir and see if we can get the information we require. Yeah, a bit of look of shock on his face. Upon hearing of a red wyvern, the Castirian merchant takes on a grave expression. So where's he sending us? That way. He points southwestward. Perhaps you'll find some clue to the wyvern's whereabouts in that direction. So let's go check it out. Yeah, now we can take to the skies. And then find out what happens when we get to where we need to go. Yeah, this is not that far from the shortcut over to Yansha. But there are a bunch of people standing around over here, so let's check the area out. You arrive at the area where the Castiri merchant appeared to be indicating. All you can do now is lie in wait for your prey. Oh yeah, I knew about that there, Scala. That was information I was also aware of. So as we look at these wild animals, we bide our time as the sun rises. What's this? Oh, a hunter! And a formidable looking one at that! You're like, who goes there? Yeah, we got a little kitty. Have you come to help then? To hunt the meowster Rathalos? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, after seeing the bounty, I couldn't resist or respond with, a talking cat? Well, we know that we have Mikote, so talking cats are not all that weird to us. Yeah, look at the smile on his face. Thank you, miss, thank you. I knew I was right to post that bill. I am an apprentice feline hunter, and I've come to this place in search of meowsters, Rathalos to be precise. But even with 9 lives, I could never slay one on my own. That's why I posted that notice seeking help. There's a reason they're often referred to as the King of the Skies, after all. Some also call them fire wyverns on account of their ability to breathe fire. I feel puffed just thinking about all the hunters burnt to cinders in their wake. Yeah. Why we're looking in the skies? Yes, and they were exactly like that. Would you believe it's powerful enough to stun their prey? Yeah, and then he realizes, yeah, you just said that. And as we look around, yeah, target not only sighted, but swooping right at us. Taking the poor little feline off his feet. And yeah, look at the chaos that's causing. Yeah, these poor wild animals getting taken down in a survival of the fittest situation. Killing off one, scaring off the others. Yeah, we appear to have found our opponents and our eyes locked on each other for a moment. Yeah, he's gonna go take his food and fly away. Yeah, now we know what we're up against. Yeah, look, the gritting teeth on feline here. That was him! That was a Rathalos! Still willing to help, I hope? Oh yeah. What a day, what a day! Both a meowster and a ferocious hunter to slay it? I sure got the cream today! Let's hurry, he seemed to be heading northwest, back into the mountains! Yeah, off he goes on his little legs. Oh, before I forget, I never did ask your name. Well, here's what you can refer to me as. Nice to meet you, Corinne. Now let's be off! And well, away we go. So, let's take a ride on our good friend, our golden steed, Kieran, because I had to remind myself on what his name was. Yeah, we basically have to go all the way to the far northwest corner of the map. And if you played this before, if you are familiar with the expansion, you know what sits at the northwest corner of the map. We've been there for a main story dungeon, we went there for the level 70 Dragoon challenge, and now we're going back there again. I will say this though, that place definitely gets a lot of attention. That place definitely gets a lot of attention. So as we fly over the Azim Steppe and get to the northwest corner. Is that a mark? No, it's a fade enemy. You know, I was looking more at the monster itself than the map. So yeah, right here to the northwest corner to Bardam's Metal. And here's where a feline is. The Rathalos is somewhere along this path, I just know it! But I'm afraid you'll have to go without me. As I am right now, I fear I'd only slow you down. Before you go though, I insist you take these with you. Yeah, what are we being given? When catastrophe strikes, a hunter should never be without mega potions. I don't know if you normally keep medicine on hand to treat your wounds, but I guarantee you've never had anything quite like that. When you and your friends are ready, head on in. You do have friends to help, right? Yeah, I have quite a few of them. In fact, 8? I thought hunters usually fight in groups of 4. Well, I suppose you know best. So now we have access to the Great Hunt. Yeah, and as it suggests, we will be fighting this as an 8-player challenge. During the battle, you will gain access to the duty action Mega Potion. Be advised that while it can be used to restore a large amount of HP, its usage is limited. Upon clearing the duty, you can claim a special reward by examining the remains of the Rathalos. Be certain to do so before leaving the instance. So now that we have access to this place, we can go ahead and see what's going to await us. So let's go ahead and set ourselves up for battling this thing. So this thing will be under the Stormblood Trials list. Let's go ahead and get ready to do this. And so now, it's time for the main event. The Great Hunt against Rathalos. And there he is. He's all ready to go. And we must do the same. You'll see we have down here, when I press R3, Mega Potion. It does say use them sparingly. It will revive, or not revive, but restore all of your health. It will restore all of your health, so they do help, but this guy is tough in the fact that, among other things, you can't hold aggro on him. He will attack whoever he wants, and so you better be ready to stay out of his way if you can, or else you can end up in trouble really quick. Now, for the first part, we can be healed by the healers, but later on we will not have that luxury, and we will have to rely on our Mega Potion. And you're going to see that other animals are going to join in. They're just going to wander in here just because. Now, when this happens, what you'll want to do is actually not what this person did. You actually want to use the AoE to damage. If you're targeted, you actually want to target that on these animals. They can actually be damaged by that stuff. So yeah, it is an actual legit strategy. If you're targeted, go and run to an ad, and you can actually damage it with the shot. That was a bit of a rush. Not quite a sugar rush, but still a rush. Yeah, he's aiming it out towards someone. Yeah, just try and do your best to avoid getting run over or smashed in the face with his tail. But eventually, we're gonna have this happen. You might remember the first mini-boss from Bardam's Metal, Garula. Well, he's back and he wants a rematch. But he's picked the worst time to do it. but you actually need him. He's actually essential to your survival in this battle, and you'll see why when we take him out. Because when we do, pay attention to where Rathalos goes. Wherever he goes, stand behind Garula. If you don't, well, thankfully we all got behind him in time, but if you don't, it's instant death. And so now we have to rely on our Mega Potions. Now we have to do hopefully do a good job of not dying. You'll also notice now that Rathalos cannot be damaged. He's invincible. And he will remain this way until the down meter, the down gauge that you see on screen, hits 100. When it hits 100, he'll come crashing down, and then he becomes vulnerable again. As you see, I was forced to use the Mega Potion there because I had no choice. But yeah, this is where Rathalos goes wherever he wants. This is where holding on to aggro is basically impossible. Yeah, now, here's really important. Hit his tail. Hit his tail because this will do basically what Shinryu's tail does when you deplete it down to 0. It causes a massive amount of damage to the guy. We want to get it before he flies away, though, because that can happen. But we got it. Yeah, you saw, took over 1.1 million points in damage, and he's now down to 33%. He's down to a third of his health. But we have to continue attacking him in order to increase his down gauge again back to 100. And as you'll notice, there are also stack mechanics in this battle. Here I need to save myself. But you also notice we're really close to getting triple limit break. And if we can get that, then I can unleash the my triple limit break. And that will also cause an insane amount of damage. Alright, going for it. He's on the ground, let's hit the triple limit break. Let's see how this goes. And it dropped him down to 6%. Which means we should be able to finish him off before he gets away, and he does. We got him. Writhing in pain he is. And victory is ours. Yeah, like, no sweat. And look who comes to say hello. Hey there, feline, we did it. So, as they mentioned before, you must be willing to extract a scale on Rathalos' neck and his tail. You can take 2 of these every time you fight him. And they actually do have value. So we'll go ahead and give a commendation to someone, and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, if you enjoyed that battle, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to leave a like on this stream if you enjoyed that battle. So let's go ahead and speak with Feline. I saw the whole thing! That was magnificent! You even managed to retrieve a scale from his remains. I'm impressed! I realize this is sudden, but it would mean so much to me if I could join you on more adventures. Would you accept me as your palico? Yeah. That depends what's the reward for slaying the Rathalos, or it would be my pleasure. Well, want to be kind. Let's welcome him with open arms. I promise to be the perfect companion. You won't regret this. And to think, this is all because you saw my bill on the hunt board. Well, actually, it wasn't on the hunt board. A hunter in Kugane showed it to you? Curious. Do you think we could go over and pay him a visit? If not for this hunter, we would have never met. I believe we can do that. Then let's be off to Kugane! Indeed, let's do that. Which means overly long load time. Basically following along the lines of activate the unnecessarily slow-moving dipping mechanism. So yeah, it'll take us a while to load back into Kugane, of course, because this is going to be basically the central hub for this particular series of quests within this crossover with Monster Hunter. Will basically the same like the Wolves Den as the central hub for people wanting to get the Shimigami Tensei gear. So it may be raining here in Kugane, but we're here to not be too soured by the rain. We're here to celebrate our victory. So once we get back over to Bokairo Inn, we'll go ahead and find the guy who, as you might remember, was warming up. Well, he certainly warmed up a long time, didn't he? So upon our arrival back over here, where everything moves really slowly because of lag. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, they're still going. Does it really take you this long to warm up? That should do it. I'm warmed up and ready to go hunting. Yeah, I hate to disappoint you two, but... Oh, Kryn, I thought you already left. With my preparations complete, you'll need to work fast if you mean to beat me. Which, yeah, if you notice by the puzzled look on her face is like, huh? You only meow finished preparing? What is that? Another monster in native slang? I'm no meowster, you brute. I'm Corinne's faithful and dependable Palico. A Palico? My apologies. If you're as dependable as you are adorable, I'd have no doubt she values your companionship. But let's return to the matter at hand, shall we? Corinne, are you ready to set out on our hunt for the Rathalos? Well, I hate to break it to you, but... You've already slain him! Yes, we did. Heartbreak. I expect nothing less from my rival. Indeed, you're every bit the hunter I imagined you'd be. Suppose that's all we get for that extra set of squats. Well, they don't seem too disappointed. Tell me, friend, were you able to recover anything from the body? As a matter of fact, she carved the skull off the Rathalos' hide! That's a mighty fine material for smithing. Mind if I have a look? Yeah, let's show it to him. Aye, this is a wyvern scale, alright. Lights of feather and tougher than steel. There's still a touch of heat to it, too. If you'd like, I'd be more than willing to fashion you some armor with it. I'll need more than a single scale, of course. You'll find no better mail than that forged with Rathalos scales. What do you say? Oh, Corinne, I can't thank you enough for your help in slaying that Rathalos. If you plan to go hunting again, don't hesitate to call. We'll show those meowsters what for. Indeed we will. And so by virtue of our victory, we do get the Palico minion, as well as 2 new housing items. An indoor and outdoor barbecue spit. And with that, the Monster Hunter World Challenge is complete. At least in the initial phase. Because yeah, it says we can exchange Rathalos scales for goods from him. And if you want to unlock an extreme mode from him as well, you can speak with the Hardy Hunter again once his checkmark turns off, of course. But yeah, talking to him again will unlock an extreme mode. Meanwhile, with Smithy here, he'll fashion you some armor, but it's only for glamour purposes. Because you'll see with what you get here, you get regular Rathalos scales that can be used for regular glamour gear, as well as more of the outdoor spits if you're so inclined, plus a couple of orchestrion rolls, which I will be working to see if I can get as time goes on. In addition to that, there are also plus scales that you have to get the initial gear first, plus you also must get Rathalos plus scales, which can be obtained from doing the extreme mode of this fight. But we're not going to be in any hurry to do that, but if you are so inclined, you can get yet another orchestrion roll, as well as another mount called a Poogie. Plus, if you're that dangerous and adventurous, you can do this 50 times and get Rathalos to ride for yourself. So yeah, they expect you to get quite a few of these along the way if you're so inclined, but for now, we've accomplished what we set out to do and completed the Monster Hunter World crossover promo event.